There's a little blood on there. Hello everyone. I've gotten a comment asking me for an update on my flat piercing. So I guess this is my third video about my cartilage piercing. My first video was about generally what the piercing process was like. My second video, things kind of went pear-shaped. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Enjoy watching me suffer. It's 4 months since the last video and I want to kind of share how things are going now. As of right now, I still have an irritation bump, but it's not red and oozy or purple and oozy as it was at one stage. I've since bumped it a few times, but nowhere near as bad as my last video. I mean, like, it doesn't happen often, but every time it gets knocked, it kind of swells like a tiny little bit. But I have noticed that in the past month my irritation bump has been going down. I'll show you now. This is what it's looking like now. I think it's because I kept this longer bar in, so anytime it got irritated, it got bumped, there was room for it to swell, so it never got too bad. My irritation bump lasted for quite a while, quite a few months. It wasn't going away. And my friend went back to the piercing place to get yet more piercings. And she also had an irritation bump on one of her piercings. And what the piercer advised was to spray the saline spray and then push the irritation bump from both sides of the ear to kind of, I don't know, like squeeze it. And apparently that will help the irritation bump go down sooner. Here I have with me the saline spray on my second bottle and some cotton buds. I got these cotton buds that are like, do you see that? So they're pointed. They're pointed on one end and like a paddle on the other end. And this pointed end will be really good for our purpose today. Spray our cotton buds. What she said to do was to push. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of blood on there. Let's keep doing this. I can't really see what I'm doing here, so I'm going to do it in front of the mirror and I'll report back. Okay, so I'm back. And you can see that from the pushing, there's a little bit of blood. I don't know if it's blood, but it's kind of red or orange. I'm going to be trying to do that daily. I probably won't do it daily, maybe 2 or 3 times weekly, and I will update back on how it goes and if my irritation bump goes away for good. In the meanwhile, I'll try not to bump it, but accidents happen. I'm sorry about all the lighting changes. I'm next to a huge window and it's a sunny but cloudful day. Yes, that's why the lighting keeps shifting. I'm doing the best that I can. At one stage, I was tempted to switch it back to the shorter bar because, you know, with all the mask wearing and me having long hair, sometimes things get caught on it, but I'm glad I didn't. And I think I'm going to keep this, was it 11 or 12 millimeter bar until it's completely healed and I'm ready to put my new, more permanent jewelry in. I just don't see the point in switching it out back and forth now when I'm about half a year in. When I went to get it pierced, they did say that at 6 months I can change it out, but you know, I want to err on the side of caution. I've heard other people say that it can take up to 12 months for the cartilage piercing to fully heal, so I think I'm going to wait another 6 months and then I'm going to be getting the jewelry and changing it out, and hopefully by then there will be no more irritation bumps because they are irritating. That was a bad joke. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to when I can finally take this starter piercing out and put in a jewelry that I chose. I'm thinking something rose gold, maybe a bit dangly, maybe a bit sparkly. We'll have to see. For now, patience is key. If you could spare a moment, please do give me a like and comment down below how your piercing is healing and what kind of jewelry that you want to get for your piercing. Some of you have been commenting saying that your flats aren't healing, and I'm really curious to know what you mean by not healing. Like, is it oozing and pussing, or do you just still have an irritation bump? Because just based on what I've heard from my piercer and stuff I've read online, if it's just an irritation bump, you should just keeping up with your saline sprays and also do some saline soaks and maybe try the method of squeezing it with cotton buds. You could also have been like me, where the original bar that it was pierced with is too short to accommodate the swelling, and that just eventually makes things worse and worse because there's nowhere for the pressure to go. If it's not one of those issues and instead your ear is oozing yellow pus, green pus, or it's bleeding profusely, I think you should go back to your piercer or maybe even your doctor and see what they think about it. It's just not a good idea to let an infection, if it is an infection, fester, and maybe there's a chance that it wasn't pierced properly or your body's just rejecting it for some reason. Good luck with healing your piercing, and I hope everything goes well. With that said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you were able to get something from this. Do subscribe. I'll be making a video in the future about picking my jewelry for my flat piercing. And I also have a bunch of other videos that you might be interested in, so subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can keep up to date with me. I think for the next 6 months of healing, things will just get easier, hopefully. And yeah, eventually I will be able to change it out and sleep on this side and hopefully get no more irritation bumps. I don't know actually, can you still get irritation bumps after it's fully healed? Anyway, stick around and I'll see you soon. Bye!